Hello, gorgeous Taurians out there. How you guys doing? As you can see, if you're, not new here, then I have changed my background a little bit. So let me know what you guys think. I thought it was a little bit more zen because it's kind of more simple, if that makes sense. So let me know what you guys think anyway. But let's dive into your reading. Let's see what the next week will bring for you guys, any guidance that the universe wants to bring for you, and a little bit of a insight into what might happen. All right, so let's dive in together. Let's see what's going on for my Taurians, please. Spirit, let's get one card out from this deck. Okay, all that glitters. All right, so an important message this week suggesting that not everything is as it seems. All right, and that could be both good and bad. So let's figure it out. Let's see what else is coming through for you guys. Get one of these for Taurus, please. It can really also be about, people expressing how they feel. So you have truth and integrity, and you also have new love. So I'm going to come over here and just cover these up just a little bit because of YouTube. But you can see the little writing on them anyways. So let's put them together. New love and truth and integrity. Interesting that you have truth coming through with the all that glitters card. So you could really just be uncovering the truth in some way. It can also be your own inner truth. Sometimes when the all that glitters card comes up, it could just really be a heartfelt conversation with someone where we're really finally actually admitting what we're feeling. That could be what it is. So as I said, not everything is as it seems. It doesn't have to be crazy and someone's toxic or whatever, but let's see what's going on before we get ahead of ourselves. I'm going to get you an animal spirit so we can see what the universe has to say for you. All right, please spray a little message for Taurus this week. Starfish. All right, and this says be open to infinite possibilities. Okay, that's interesting. And let's get your let go flow card. One more, please, for Taurus. Oh, okay, you have free yourself, and there was one that flipped that I just want to get out, and no doubt. All right, interesting. So the free yourself card says, if you're able to see it, it's time to make a decision. All right, it says follow your heart, if you can see it. Follow your heart. There we go. And it also says sometimes screaming helps. So I wonder what you need to get off your chest. It could be communication in some way that you've been, again, holding in. You really need to confess something. Because you have new love here, for some of you, it could really be about a person. Maybe you're expressing how you feel to somebody. That could be the case here. Then you have no doubt. And this says, if we can focus on it, hello. It says, this is it. Go for it. Stop doubting. Some of you need to trust in your heart and what it's telling you to do this week. But again, seems a little bit vague. So I'm going to dive in a little bit more and figure out what you're experiencing. When readings happen like this, it's probably there's a lot going on in different areas. So let's figure it out together, shall we? Let's get one card out, please, Spirit, for the overall energy of this week, please. What is the overall vibe for Taurus this week? Let's see. The Nine of Wands. That's interesting. This card usually comes in when we're feeling the need to defend ourselves. This is a bit of a wounded warrior card here. I'm going to clarify that straight away because your reading is already showing up as a little bit of a mystery still. So let's dive a little bit deeper into that. Why is the Nine of Wands the overall theme for this week, please? Why is this the vibe? Can you tell me a little bit more about that Nine of Wands? Ace of Swords. Well, it definitely is some sort of communication coming through. Now, Ace of Swords is a card of victory. And this is the Before Tarot, which I always find the illustration on this super interesting because, some of you are going to be hearing from somebody who you may have had a falling out with. And that could be why you're a bit defensive. The way it's going to flow is going to be different for everyone, but I'm going to tell you the message that comes up first. And don't criticize me if it's wrong for you because it's a clear message for somebody. And it feels like the reason why you're in defense is because you've recently had an argument or a conflict with this person, and the way that things were dealt with were not the best, right? Because the Five of Swords is on the bottom of the deck here. A fight, an argument, a dispute, people kind of just fighting up against each other, a free-for-all, if you will, people saying things that maybe they regret later, for example. It's just heat of the moment vibes. So you're a bit on a defense, but there is communication coming through. So that's for some of you out there, okay? I don't feel like it's bad. I feel like someone is clearing something off their chest. Maybe you are. let's see. Let's see what this is. An interesting thing about this outside of that interpretation is that you guys could really be discovering some kind of truth here that's going to help you in some way. But let's figure out what that is for you. Let's see. Because the Nine of Wands is again like you're a bit on defense mode or survival mode a little bit here. You've been wounded, so you aren't very trusting like straight away. But the Ace of Swords, maybe you are figuring out that you can trust someone, or maybe the opposite. I don't know. Let's dive a little bit deeper. Let's see what's going on in your energy first. Maybe it's that you don't, maybe it is to do with somebody. Maybe you just realize that maybe they're not your person. I don't know how this is, how this will resonate. And again, it's different for everybody. It depends on what happened here in that conflict and if it's forgivable or not. I don't know. Let's see. What is the energy of Taurus for this week, please? The Knight of Cups. So you're definitely in a position where you are ready to kind of put your heart on your sleeve a little bit here. So I wonder if that's communication from you. I wonder if this is to do with that new love and you're having some new feelings, and that could be what it is. Maybe you're expressing those this week or exploring them, should I say. The Knight of Cups is, again, filling up your cup here. And again, wearing your heart on your sleeve, being open, being vulnerable is your message this week. But again, I will dive a bit deeper because I kind of feel like I feel like Taurus, for those who I'm speaking to, it just feels like your energy is like, I'm only saying the bare minimum and then I'll see what happens and then I'll dive deeper depending on what people ask me. I feel like you're a little bit hard to pull things out of, which is why your messages are coming up as, okay, this is what I'm doing, but I need to dive deeper to actually understand it, But let's see. I hope that made sense. Anyway, what is going on with the Knight of Cups? Why is this in Taurus, in their energy, should I say? Why is this in their energy? Came up abruptly. Ace of Cups, my goodness. Yeah, I was gonna say it does really feel like there's a bit of, the word specifically is renewal, and of course Death card is about major change, and it is really about renewal as well. It does come with some difficulty or some endings. Death is death and rebirth, so but it's specifically renewal. That's the word coming through, whatever that means to you. But the Ace of Cups, new love. Now it's in your energy. So whether you're finding a love for life, or maybe you do have a specific feeling towards somebody in particular, it's a new experience that you're feeling, new feelings that you're feeling. Maybe it's just going even deeper if you are in a relationship. So you're feeling new love for somebody based on maybe an open and honest conversation. I feel like if that is the case for some of you, it's a hard conversation and it's not easy to listen to whatever people have to say, but it's their truth. And I feel like that's helping you to feel deeper into this. But it could just really be that you're focusing on your love for self, your love for life, filling up your own cup, as I said before. And maybe that new love is like, maybe it's for yourself, but two new energies coming through is very interesting indeed. So truth, love, basically what this card is saying here. All right, let's see what your challenge is then for this week. What is the challenges that Taurus might face this week? What is that? Oh, so it was heavy. Why was that heavy? That was weird. I felt like there was a chunk there and it wasn't. It's just one card. Four of Wands. Interesting. Heavy. So this is about goals. All right. So achieving goals, reaching milestones. It can also be about relationships coming together. So again, for some of you, this could be a very big old love reading of where your challenge really is you and somebody else coming together. Putting aside your differences is what I'm hearing, but it could also be about you achieving certain goals could be your challenge this week. But because it's a good card, I will say that it's just a challenge. It's something you're working towards. It doesn't feel so much that it's blocked per se, especially not with the new energies that you have coming through. But let's dive a bit deeper again. As I said, I need to dive a bit deeper into this. Why is the Four of Wands a challenge? Can we dive a bit deeper into why that is? Eight of Pentacles, it just requires a lot of work, right? But again, be open to infinite possibilities, or be infinite, if that's what they want to say. Put your time and energy towards whatever it is that you're working towards, and you will see results. Both of these are about results, all right? And I don't know why I heard the bare minimum. Do more than the bare minimum. We're not accepting just the bare minimum, even within your own self, right? Especially when it comes down to goals too. I will say that this feels like your challenge is to work even harder, but not in a sense of wear yourself out. It's not that. I feel like it's about aiming higher, should I say. So let me just correct myself there. Because your work, I feel like the way that you do things, Taurus, I'm hearing handle things, is like it's constantly growing. You're constantly growing. because Eight of Pentacles, the work that you put in is the work that you get out, and then you're going to put even more in. Or I just seeing like you achieving more and more and more, like you go into the next thing and then the next thing, like you don't stop. So I feel like you're going to see some results from that. Your challenge is your challenge, because I feel like it's a lot of work this week. Whatever you guys are dealing with, whether it be a relationship, whether it be your goals, it does require a lot of work, but it does feel like you're going to get there and you're going to see a lot of positive results here. It's a good reading, I will say. So far so good. Let's see what the advice is. And I actually have a little cheeky thing that I want to add at the end for you guys, so bear with, and we'll get some extra messages out. But what is the overall outcome then for, oh no, sorry, that's not the word. That's not what I want to say. What I want to ask is, what is the advice that you have for Taurus this week? What is the advice that you have for Taurus? Judgment. That is also a card of forgiveness again. So for some of you, there is a little bit of like making amends here, hearing one another out. The Five of Swords is a conflict. It's not an ending. So this feels like someone that the last time you spoke, it's been conflict, but you never really ended things. Or if you're still in a dynamic with someone, whether it be friend, family, I don't know who this is. Someone that you have care and love for. That's why I'm saying love. However it is, there is some reconciliation when this card comes in. It's another card of truth and clarity, just like that Ace of Swords. Okay, so it's about an announcement of some kind. So someone's letting something off their chest, and things are becoming clear. You're learning a lesson, you're understanding something, and you're able to move forward into a new beginning, right? That's what Judgment is. It comes before the Wild card. All right, so before we can end a cycle and begin a new one, we have to learn, we have to understand it. Otherwise we repeat the same cycle again and again. So it does feel like a level up. So if this is your advice, though, so it's advice. It's not what's going to happen. It's up to you. So even if it's just forgiveness in some kind, you know, if you did end something badly with somebody, then this is about you kind of understanding it, learning the lesson. Maybe that's what that truth and clarity is about. So you can move forward into a new love, even for yourself, or just a new chapter in your life. So you don't repeat that same cycle with a different person, for example. Whatever it is, however it applies to you, surrender and release is also a really nice, and letting go is a nice advice that comes with this. But of course, I'm going to clarify as well. So let's dive a little bit deeper into that. Let's see, why is a Judgment card the advice? For a lot of you, I feel like there is some things that you can do. That's your challenge. But the rest, give it to the universe. Specifically when manifesting, you know, you do your part, the universe will do theirs. You just need to let them. Right, Judgment, why is this the advice? Can we dive a bit deeper? Interesting how that's reversed. So this is all about stubbornness, so maybe it's a good time to have a little bit of an open mind here. Again, even if this is not letting someone in your life, I'm not saying you should do that. Take however it applies to you. You need to follow your own gut instinct. Five of Swords now reversed with the All That Glitters card. It does feel like you're gaining some sort of truth around something that happens, whether it's an understanding of it within you. Doesn't mean that someone needs to come in, but it's you're gaining that truth and clarity, you're understanding, oh, that person was going through this, and maybe this is what I need to learn from it, or to release something. You know, sometimes in order to fully let go of resentment, hurt, and pain, you have to address it, and release it and let it go. So with that being there, and understand the lessons that brought you, for example, can help. But letting it go is important. Okay, and Five of Swords being in reverse now with that All That Glitters is really about kind of letting go of that mask, however it applies in your situation. Maybe a false, I'll just say that you've been wearing a mask, or someone's been wearing a mask, even if it doesn't mean that you're being malicious. I'm not saying that, but maybe it's a mask of ego, and underneath that ego, you're understanding your emotions a bit deeper, or whatever it is. However it is, a mask is coming off. Things are becoming clear. That's your main message here. With Judgment being there, your advice is to really surrender some conflict here and learn from it, grow from it, and move forward. Now, let's look at your love life. I'm adding this feature because some people might just be a bit curious, but let's see what's going on in the love life for Taurus this week. Six of Cups, learning from the past. All right, could be some nice moments or feelings of nostalgia coming through in terms of your love life, even if you're reflecting on old times. However, it applies old people. Maybe people are coming back, as I was saying, so it kind of does align a little bit there. Six of Cups, though. Yeah, there is some nostalgia coming through in your love life. In terms of career and finances for Taurus this week. Career and finances. The Hermit and the Seven of Cups. I will say you might be thinking about your options in terms of your career. Maybe this is a time where you're reflecting on how to grow your finances, for example, or it could be about your purpose, because the Hermit is kind of like really deep introspection, reflection. And for this to come up in your workspace, you could really be thinking about your options about, am I doing something that's serving my purpose? Now, the Hermit has that star. And what does that star represent? It represents your dreams, your goals, but most importantly, it's guiding the Hermit. So it's your North Star, it's your purpose. So for a lot of you, you could be struggling with that. Seven of Cups is all about options. I don't know what to choose. And it kind of now brings in that starfish energy where it's kind of saying here, be open to infinite possibilities. Maybe your purpose is not just career. It could be, the impact you have on people in your life, or how much you grow and evolve as a person. So that could be a little bit of food for thought for some of you. You'll figure it out, okay, with the Hermit energy and the Seven of Cups. Okay, especially because you have the Ace of Swords coming through. So a lot of clarity coming through for you in that area. Now, I will say there's no financial card here, so maybe that's an area where you feel like you want to improve on a little bit. And the Hermit, you could be reflecting on your options and analyzing your options to grow in that area of your life. And anything in the unexpected, what's coming through that is not expected by Taurus? The Ten of Wands, which is quite good in a way. The Tower card again is divine intervention, something kind of shattering in a way. Ten of Wands is finally releasing something, all right, which is a good thing. What you're not going to expect here, I mean, for some of you, it could be just a lot more work than you anticipated. So again, don't bite off more than you can chew. Start in small segments. What I mean by that, in terms of your tasks maybe and your goals. But the Ten of Wands is actually being able to finally put something to rest, let something go, let something off your chest, if you will. So that's something that you will not expect, but it is going to be happening during this time. All right. Ten of Wands. Coming to the end of a difficult journey, which feels good though. Maybe it's finally, achieving that goal earlier than you anticipated. Something you worked really hard on though. All right, my angels, I have one little last thing I want to give to you guys before we close out this reading. So let's get you a little healing mantra. What is something that Taurus needs to hear during this week, please? This deck is not shuffling right. All right, there we go. Anything you want to flip out for Taurus? Might have to choose it if it doesn't. Like some of these are quite stiff for some reason. It was fine for Aries. All right, let's see. I'm going to pull one out for you guys. What is it that you have? Welcoming surrender, which is literally your advice. That judgment. So the kind of mantra affirmation, if you will, is there is no problem, only destiny being revealed. Interesting. So what you think is a problem is just something unfolding. Interesting. So that's interesting in terms of your career as well. Maybe that's an area you need to surrender in, because your destiny will be revealed. But anyway, I love you. Wish you all the best. Please let me know in the comments how this resonated, if it did. And like and subscribe if you've not already. But apart from all that, I will see you guys in the next video. All right.